right, so this is Shawn Kelly, and Shawn has taught at one other line too, and it was so good. And he accidentally talked because he actually was going to join, and I had a tornado hit their house, and he was a speaker the day before, and he couldn't come. And I was talking to Shawn on the phone, and I was like, man, it sounds like you know what you're talking about. I was like, do you want to give a speech tomorrow? He said, absolutely. And he just knocked it out of the park. And he spoke at Mother Earth News, was it 2 weeks ago?
February. Feels like 2 weeks ago.
Him and Amy, they have a really amazing school, Crunchy Mama Farms and Be the Butcher, is that correct? And I went out to a class at his place the other day, and he had kids out there, old people, middle-aged people. Had a lady take a sawzall on this hog and just go straight down the spine in front of everyone, and he had kids helping to clean up, and I mean, it's just amazing watching him take apart an animal. He came up here at about 10 o'clock last night, slept underneath the dome, and him and his friend monitored this pig roasting all night long, and with very minimal sleep, and that's a different breed of person than I am, because I need some sleep right now. But Shawn has a lot of passion, a lot of knowledge, and he has a school that is very good, and him or Amy will be able to guide you towards that school with any questions you have. Let's welcome Shawn Kelly.
Are you ready? Yeah. All right. My name is Shawn Kelly, and my wife Amy over here, raise that hand, Amy. She's dealing with our free-range children. We own Crunchy Mama Farms, which strangely started as just some hunting land that we had bought. We owned a software company prior to 2020, and we created photography software. We still have an event business. But when 2020 came along, I saw some things that made me a bit mad. I saw people during the lockdowns liquidating animals, dumping milk, all kinds of crazy things that would have never happened during our grandparents' generation when they were young. Because back then what they would have done, they would have went to the farmer's farm, said, hey, I've got a little bit of money, I'll take that hog off your hands, and they'd say, sure thing. They'd come to a deal. And I did hear of a few instances of that in Iowa, where people were actually buying full hogs from farmers, ready to go hogs, for $10 a hog. That's about 225 to 250 pounds of meat, of hog, and you're going to get probably about 155 pounds of meat or so from that, depending on how you're going to cut it and what you're going to do. A little bit more if you're going to do what we're doing here today. The difference is those people knew how to process their own meat, and it's absolutely legal for you to process your own meat to help a friend, or to process meat as part of an educational activity, which is what we do at Crunchy Mama Farms. We have our Be the Butcher program, and we teach people how to harvest their animals to feed their family, whatever your reasons are, whether it's you want full control of the process, maybe you don't trust the butcher that you've been using, maybe you can't get a date for processing from that butcher for 12 months or more. You can do it yourself, and we teach you how to do it. We do that basically every weekend from November until the middle of March. And we're doing it every weekend, and then we do private classes during the week. So during the weekends, we provide an animal, we bring the chef, so as we're making the cuts, we're feeding people, and it's a great experience. And then those people go and they teach their friends and family, and they harvest their own animals. We also have private classes. We just picked up one yesterday where we're processing 2 beef next week. We're going to be harvesting 2 beef. So we teach people how to do that. They bring their friends. We keep it fairly inexpensive, and they're able to feed their families and have control of that part of their food system. Now,
where's your farm at? I'm sorry.
We're in Albert, Texas, and it's about 15 minutes north of Decatur. But let me show you what we've got here. This is bacon. You might be familiar with it. I know you've been. Which one you want? Which one you want? You don't know? Hey, take it. All right. Now we're going to pass that along. It's while supplies last. Grab a piece, pass it on. With the animal, it's more than just steaks. It's more than roast. You can learn how to cure the animal and preserve it using just salt, maybe a few spices and other ingredients, and time. our ancestors didn't have refrigeration, and still to this day, people practice preservation of their meat. And you can do this very easily. I'm going to show you how to do it here today. I'm going to do it in less than an hour, plus we're going to do a bunch of other crazy stuff, including pulling this hog from the cooker. Normally for my classes, I've got a big poster where I can point out where the bacon is. I didn't bring it today, so I just brought the whole hog. So if you will, I am a prop comic and I do believe in field trips, so you guys, as you get your bacon, you can come over to that big table over there. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag that hog out, we're going to put it on the table, I'm going to show you where the bacon is, and we're going to let that hog rest for about 30 to 45 minutes. While that's resting, we're going to come back here, and I'm going to show you how to break apart the bacon. So let's go see where it comes from.